Hello, dear friends. The Galactics could fix the world in a few days if they wanted to, but they don't want to, or are not allowed to intervene directly. They say it's for our own good, but there could be unspeakable interests. Opinion piece. Soul's Radiance. Moments of Fulfilment. Philosophy of Happiness. A state of inner peace. How to still the mind. The bright side of life. See the glass half full. The art of living without desire. Delight in contemplation. It is like a child's play. A state of pleasant contentment. Depends on nothing external. Message from Anne and the Angels. Moments of deep connection. Positive attitude in difficult times. Let's start. The moment of greatest contentment is when you rest in the inner peace of your own being, without desires and expectations. Exactly the same as Buddha taught. Being yourself does not make you selfish or unsupportive, because solidarity is also a part of the nature of the self. The world is not perfect, but that moment is perfect. And life is seen with detachment, as if it were a movie, starting with one's own personal problems. How good it is when one is good. Plants sprout in the depths of the earth. Herbs sprout by the power of the air. Fruits ripen by the power of the sun. So germinates the soul in the depths of the heart. Thus sprouts the power of the spirit in the light of the world. And thus matures the strength of humankind to the divine radiance. Saith Rudolf Steiner. The little animals do it better than we do. If you were to see a kitten sitting in a sunny spot in the house, a puppy mapping near a family gathering, or a child playing with something that has caught its attention, you would witness moments of complete and utter contentment. You'd see souls completely focused on the here and now, appreciating where they are and who is around them. Watching them, you can also sink into a delicious state of contentment, where all would be right in the world, if only for a few moments. Said Anna and the Angels. Definition. Contentment is confidence or security of mind. Contentment is the stilling and calming of the passions of the mind. It is the inner state in which there is a happy and contented mind regardless of environment, whether it be pleasure or pain, gain or loss, fame or contempt, success or failure, sympathy or hatred. Happiness is a state of pleasurable spiritual and physical contentment. The answer lies in the East. This is called Santosha in Sanskrit. Santosha literally means contentment. It is defined as an attitude of contentment, of understanding and acceptance of oneself, one's environment and circumstances as they are, a spiritual state necessary for optimism and striving to change the future. Santosha is a necessary virtue because it frees the human being from the compulsions of bondage, manipulation, and fears, after which he can live according to his will, do what he thinks is right, follow his own vocation where, when, and how he wants. Santosha is a yogic attitude that involves always seeing the good side of the experiences we live. It is the ability to be content with what is, while still striving to improve it. To be in the thick and thin of things. It means being satisfied with what we have, without experiencing desire or envy for what others have. Santosha invites us to realize that we are already full, complete, happy beings. Attitudes. Patanjali lists the niyamas or positive observances as purity, clarity of mind, speech and body, contentment, acceptance of others and one's circumstances as they are, optimism, austerity, self-discipline of mind, speech and body contentment, acceptance of others and one's circumstances as they are, optimism, austerity, self-discipline, constant meditation, perseverance, study, self-reflection, introspection of one's thoughts, speech and actions, contemplation of the Supreme Self, and attunement to the Supreme Consciousness. There are 4 soldiers who guide the path to moksha or liberation. They are patience or peace of mind, atma of self-inquiry, santosha or contentment, and association with the sages. If you succeed in making one of these your friend, then the others will be easy. That one will introduce you to the other 3. In the Indian epic Mahabharata, santosha or contentment is the highest heaven. It is the highest bliss. There is no greater experience than santosha. When one withdraws all one's longing desires like a tortoise, withdrawing all its limbs, then the natural radiance of the soul manifests. When one doesn't fear any creature, nor is any creature afraid of you, when one overcomes one's cravings and aversions, then one is said to be contemplate one's soul. When one doesn't seek to harm anyone in deed, word and thought, and harbors no desire, one is said to attain Brahman, which is bliss consciousness. It is an inner state in which things neither distress nor exalt you, nor do you become attached to them, nor are you repelled by them. You always rejoice in your own self, satisfied with the essence of bliss. Know thy eternal self with santosha, for it is unattached, it is enchanted. Come that way. What me? It is unattached, it is enchanted. Come what may. His life is a victory. He moves where fancy takes him, unrestrained. He sleeps by the river bank or in the forest. His bed is the world. He moves on paths where the beaten path has ended. Then one delights in the eternal Supreme. It's very easy. This kind of satisfaction is within your reach at any time. It doesn't depend on anything external. You can create it whether the chores are done, the bills are paid, the bank account is full, or the lover is present. It is not based on having a perfect family, a perfect job, a perfect home, or even a decent one. It just requires a willingness to pause, look around and appreciate the moment. It is available to those who live in peace and to those who live in areas of conflict and turmoil. It only requires a pause of presence and a moment of quiet appreciation. Creating those moments of contentment helps you learn to look at the glass half full and to realize what is available to appreciate here and now. These moments of contentment help you to see the beauty of the things in front of you and to enjoy what you would otherwise overlook. These moments get you out of your head and connect you back to the present moment. They remind you that life is good and in the here. That life is good in the here and now. Moments of contentment raise your frequency immediately, especially when they are created by choice. They are like walking meditations that open the heart. They remind you that no matter what you want, what you already have can be enjoyable. As you experience this sense of fulfillment in the here and now, The door opens to more, even before you take a single action. In those moments of contentment, impulses for inspired action arise. We know that holidays can be emotionally charged. Some love them and some dread them. For some, they are moments of deep connection, while for others, the disconnect seems sharper than usual. No matter where you are on the emotional spectrum, you can create these moments of contentment, and in doing so, you will feel more loved and connected to yourself, to life, and to the divine. No matter how busy you are, taking time for contentment creates a peaceful heart, and a peaceful heart allows your life to flow more easily. You accomplish more in less time when your energy is at peace. In these quiet moments of contentment, you can more easily hear the divine whisper. If you wait for everything to feel perfect, you are chasing a moving target, and you will always want more than you have. However, if you can take the time to enjoy, appreciate, and be with what you have now, with who you have now, and with yourself as you are now, then you allow more to come in that contentment. Christmas festivities began in quiet and humble surroundings, in far less than perfect situations, and yet a single lamp was lit, and the baby was beaming love in a manger. A star shone in a darkened sky over the land of much turbulence. Yes, there were those who took the time to contemplate the light-felt peace, stillness, and quiet contentment. You too can create such moments, and in doing so, know that all is well in your world. Europe. What is behind the arrest of a vice president of the European Parliament? European organizations and experts denounce that there is a culture of impunity in the European Union institutions, and that these scandals opens multiple Pandora's boxes within the European bloc. The European Parliament on Saturday suspended one of its vice presidents, Greek MEP Eva Kaili, from all her duties on suspicion of corruption linked to Qatar. Belgian police arrested Kaili and 4 other people in Brussels on Friday as part of an investigation into suspected corruption and money laundering linked to Qatar, which was intended to influence Parliament's economic and political decisions. The police operation in Brussels seized €600,000 in cash, and several bags full of money were found in the legislator's home in the Belgian capital. At least 3 of those arrested are Italian nationals or come from Italy. The arrest of the Greek MEP comes amid growing outrage over the allegations and calls for action to tackle corruption within the European legislative arm. This is not an isolated incident. Denounced anti-corruption organization International Transparency. In quotes, for many decades, the Parliament has allowed a culture of impunity to develop, with a combination of lax financial rules and control and a complete lack of independent ethical oversight, or indeed any, said the NGO's director, Michel Van Hulten. Americas. Mexico and Canada win their trade dispute with the US over the auto industry based on the rules set out in the free trade agreement between the 3 nations. Mercosur's internal tension grows. The Mercosur summit held on 6 December once again revealed the tensions within the bloc, as member countries openly expressed their disagreements with each other. The main controversy revolves around the relaxation of rules sought by Uruguay and the resistance of other countries, especially Argentina. The Fuego volcano in Guatemala erupted on the night of 10th December, according to forecast, the eruption could cause ash falls to the northwest of the volcano in the municipalities of Acatenango, Yepocapa, and Patricia. A yellow alert has been declared in Chile following the eruption of the Lascar volcano located in San Pedro de Atacama, in the Chilean region of Antofagasta, and its activity increased this Saturday, causing an earthquake and a column of smoke that rose up to 6,000 meters above the crater level with a high pyroclastic cloud. A yellow alert has been declared in the region, and the security perimeter of 5 kilometers have been established. Universal laws. Gresham's law and Thirlwall's law by Restless Sage. Strangely enough, Gresham's law and its counterpart, Thirlwall's law, could become incredibly important for our current era. They are fueling the need for a global financial reset, now made possible by the integral technologies of a quantum revolution. We are witnessing history and the glorious expression of a new timeline for the planet. After a necessary cleansing, the nations of the world will see a new theory of wealth put into full operation that forms the basis of Gaia's salvation and bold leap into a new golden age. Gresham's law is the principle according to which, when two types of legal tender circulate simultaneously in a country, and one of them is considered by the public as good and the other one as bad, the bad currency always drives to the good one out of the market. In short, when it is compulsory to accept the currency at a face value and the exchange rate is set by law, consumers prefer to save the good one and not use it as a means of payment. Thirlwall's law states that if the balance of payments equilibrium of the current account is a long-run requirement and the real exchange rate is held constant, the long-run growth of a country can be approximated by the ratio of export growth to the elasticity of import demand. The universal law, when fully adopted and instituted in the planetary economy, matches the frequency of ascendancy into every daily humankind financial transition. There is now a better understanding among all souls that there is no money in heaven, through though satisfactory transactions and manifestations abound. We will soon learn that the lingering pain of ancient bondage ends for all who embrace divine love and light. Mental slavery, the twin of financial slavery, is no longer to be perpetuated. Both yokes have been coerced for too long by fear of the power of the sweat. This fear will evaporate in a generation, when the sweat prayer fully defends divine love and light. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.